Hey guys, welcome back to CK3. Now, I know you guys are looking forward to that. I tried recording it last night and I actually tried to re-record it several times. And I'm not saying we have to win every battle, but I'm losing it by a hair. And so I know it can be done, so I kept retrying it. Now, currently, I am doing a war goal against this little kingdom here. Okay? The Duchy of Antling, or whatever this place is. The reason I'm doing that is because he is much smaller than us in terms of military. Like he's vastly underpowered here. So I'm doing a war goal against him. Once we do that, I'll bring you guys back, and then we'll go to war and beat this guy and see how things go. And so the travel has been completed. Thank God I can go inside again. That's kind of funny. We can actually do a holy order right now. That might be something that I give the current claim to. I was gonna extend my control because I only have 2 out of 5 places that I can hold. But giving them that entire duchy actually might be the play. So we will see how things pan out that way. I'm not exactly sure how that's gonna play out, but we will actually see how things like that play out. New cultural error. Awesome. That's pretty cool. New innovations are available, and I think I'm just trying to sway my diplomat into liking me a little bit more. Again, it's been a couple months since we played this series because I found out you guys love Grand Tactician so much that I just hammered into that until I couldn't do it no more. The Knights Templar was founded. Interesting. Okay. Conquer bolstered ranks. Greetings, my king. The knight says, announcing his presence. I am Lambert. I'm not, I'm gonna butcher these names, guys, but whatever. I am Lambert, that's what we're gonna call this guy. Prince, sent by Prince Nicholas to serve you. With me, I bring the retinue, the finest soldiers that the barony of whatever this place is can muster. All my Earl asks is that you put them to good use and direct us towards glory, and he stands at attention. Alright, so let's see what kind of choices we got here. We can let him join the court, which I'm really considering doing, because it'll increase our men by 400. We can gain effective army recruitment and increase the opinion of Prince Nicholas, or we can just do this, which just increases opinion by 20. I'm gonna take the soldiers, guys, I'm not gonna lie. Which we have close to, we do have 3,000 now, actually, which is really nice, because that's gonna make this duchy that much easier to take over. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about. This guy has 1,800 men, okay? A decent amount of footmen, but the reality is he has much less men than we do. And I'm doing a claim in which it's going to give me the entire duchy. So, this entire thing is going to fall under the banners of Brittany here. This perk, monthly income per stress level, I don't really like that but we do want to max it out, to be perfectly honest, because we want to get this final perk here. That would definitely be even more lucrative for us. But I don't really try to get stress levels, so that's not going to really benefit us too much. But we will see what exactly happens. We've got 15 months left on this control thing up in Cornwall, I believe is where he's at right now. I could be wrong. No, he's in here, I believe. Yeah, he's in this little county here, getting our control where it needs to be. We got 23 months, so about 2 years left on the claim. So he'll be done with the 13 months before the priest is done. So that is going to be great. We do have the Conqueror perk, so we're definitely going to be able to afford the claim on the duchy. As you can see, over 2,000 gold coins here. Okay, I'm not about ready to say this right now. A free tenant renting some of my land in Venice, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, has pulled in an exceptional harvest this season due to his meticulous planning. He wishes to use the profits to purchase a piece of my land, of my estate, from me so that he can build upon his success and grow more crops next year. Okay, so let's see what kind of choices we got here. He will join the court, or we can take money and he becomes an independent farmer, or we can, the lands in Venice are mine and mine alone. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna let him join the court, because I'm not that kind of king where I kind of want to be a dick or whatever you want to say. I'm not that kind of king with my own people. So we're going to let him join the court and see what happens. But grabbing this duchy is going to be a windfall. Even if I create a holy order and give it to this, I'm pretty sure I could use them, but at the same time, if I grab this whole duchy, then it's going to give us some other places we can get into building buildings, etc., etc. Strengthening the military, that kind of thing. So we will see what actually happens in regards to that war, but I think we're gonna be just fine, I think. To be perfectly honest, I really do. He has less now than he had before. So I don't fear this guy in the slightest, to tell you guys the truth. I really don't. I mean, I don't want to get cocky, I really don't, but at the same time, I don't fear this guy whatsoever. I actually fear France more than I fear that guy. Let's go check on France. What's he looking at? Okay, yeah, so we could actually beat France because their military is similar to ours. But it would be a fight. It would be a most definite fight. And actually, these two places here, these two duchies, are actually a part of France. So if I can grab this one and then later grab Toulouse, or however you pronounce this, that's going to be a major windfall for us in that regard as well. Because That's gonna be, I don't know, relatively half of France at that point. Okay. Conquer popular support. What do we got going on here? My lord. No, lord. I'm gonna say misguided. I'm not sure. Most bearing lieges, the peasant supporters prostrating himself before me. Okay, so this guy is a peasant that's coming before me. We of the humble hamlets of the barony of whatever this place is, bearing gifts, gain some game and gold. We have toiled hard, but we know that you will be willing to bring prosperity. He continues. They may be the lowest of subjects, but they would do anything I ask of them. Okay, fantastic. We're gonna do that one because it has to do with the military. It's almost August. Okay, this guy's done in his job that I gave him earlier. So, what I'm going to do now, which means that the control is almost where it needs to be in the entire nation, which is really, really good. But we only have 8 months until this war kicks off, guys. So it's not going to be too much longer before everything starts to be a battlefield here. And I'm really excited to take over this entire duchy. I noticed that when you go to the claim screen, here, let me see if I can show you guys this. Because I don't know if some of you guys know this, some of you guys probably don't. But when you go to the claim screen, right, and you zoom in, it will actually tell you what it's going to give you. Okay? I'm not sure if it's going to give me the entire duchy because they all seem to say that now. But I thought if I did this particular spot here, it would give me the entire duchy. But we'll see what the priest says at the end here. But I did notice the green thing saying claim on duchy. So we'll see if he gives me the whole thing or not. If he gives me the whole duchy, that would be ideal. And there's only a few days left on that claim, guys, and then we're gonna wipe this guy on the face of the map at least once for one of his counties. I'm hoping it gives me the whole duchy, though. I'm just being honest. I really hope it gives me the whole duchy. I'll probably be overdoing the territory, but I can always give that to somebody. There we go. Fantastic. Grab all of it. Just all of it. Alright. Let's go grab this entire duchy, guys. I'm going to slow down the entire game so that we can manage the warfare a little better. Alright. Now, he's got 2,400 now. And that makes it a little bit scary, but it does say inferior still, so I'm gonna make sure that we, why can't I go to war with this guy? I don't quite understand. Hold on. I don't quite understand that. Maybe if we do it through here. Let's see. There we go. This is the wrong person. Okay. Hang on. I don't know why it can't just give me the one that I right clicked on now. Wasn't this lady? No. So, King Louis III, King Alfred II. Your claims. Okay. Awesome. Alright, let's go ahead and do this, guys. Their strength is inferior to ours. I'm gonna call my allies into this just to almost guarantee that we're gonna win here. We're going to, let's see, we're going to make our, let's go to the military tab here. We're gonna make our troops spawn to the closest place that we can spawn them at, so we can just go. So I don't remember where to get, there's the rally point. Okay. So I want to move the rally point to here so that they don't have to walk too far. Let's do this, boys. Let's do this. And we just gotta wait for the troops to raise up here so we can go in there. Alright, let's go for the capital. Just right away there. Usually I let my enemy come to me for a while, but they're just my neighbors, so we might be able to siege their capital pretty quick. I'm not sure how that's gonna go, but we will see how that exactly plays out. And it might even just, finish the war even too, if we can do that. And he's almost there, actually. But if we win here, guys, this is gonna increase our power massively. And it's going to essentially weaken this guy to the point where he can't even do anything. But we will see if we can win it. I think we should be able to, because he's inferior to us, but we will see what we can do. Actually, I'm gonna fast forward this a little bit so that we're not waiting as long on the 9 months wait time. Maybe even running on 3 times, but we'll see. We do have another event. I want to focus on the war, so I'm not going to actually read this to you guys. I'm just gonna fast forward that and choose what I'm gonna choose. But I really want to focus on getting this duchy here and finishing the war as quickly as possible. It looks like, oh, he's actually getting beat. Okay, so he's already at war with somebody, I guess. And here comes my ally, which is gonna make things a little more interesting, because now he really is going to have a more difficult time. I feel like he's gonna go towards Brittany at the time, which if he does, that's okay, because I think I could probably have this siege completed before ours even gets close. But you know what? You know what we should do? I think it's worth maybe coming back later and getting this. Or we could charge in there. I don't know. Yeah, let's just charge in there and see. Because he's got a garrison of 400. So yeah, let's just finish it. Again, I want to focus on the war, so I'm just gonna really choose the best one here. Haggle successful. That was great. We now have at any cost. Domain taxes are now super high right now. I do want to wait a little bit so he can get some of his strength back, because he does have 2,000 men, but I have to be very, very careful at the very same time. I think we should win that, because we should get a decent defense bonus, but we will see exactly what that's going to look like. We do have 2,300 troops, so a lot more than about 300 more troops than he actually has, which should actually work. We also have our Viking ally behind us. I think he's going to try and join us for the war, or the battle anyway. It says that we are going to beat him, more than likely. And it does look like it's likely that our Viking ally is going to join us for the battle. But he might get there a little late, actually, to tell you the truth. Yeah, this is like honestly really in our favor right now, because we're getting a plus 20 defense and all that jazz. So yeah, he's getting absolutely murked right now, honestly. So yeah, I think this kingdom is on the downswing at this point. Most definitely. I do want to stay put for a little bit and recuperate my numbers and whatnot, but we will see what actually happens. So yeah, I'm gonna wait a little bit. We're up to 65 war score right now. So I would say that this war is all but over, effectively. If we're being completely honest, if we are being completely freaking honest, I think this war is all but over. We'll see how many men we get back after this month, because I believe it's a monthly reinforcement. I think. Anyway. Yeah, we get about 100 men left. So I'm going to go help this guy with the siege so we can actually push it through and possibly push the war score to 100% because we're more than half at this point, so we might be able to actually finish it. But we will see how much we have to go through and conquer before he actually gives up. Now, I'm not going to charge in this time. I only did that because of the fact that I needed to go defend my own place. But we will see if by the end of this particular siege, if everything ends. I'm kind of hoping that it does and we can get this entire duchy. And I'll probably be over my domain limit at that time. But whatever we can hold, we can give to somebody else. It doesn't matter. I just want to grab more territory for myself so that we have more men at our disposal that we're generating by ourselves. But this is definitely going to be a major windfall for the Kingdom of Brittany, for sure. No question about it. We got 4,000 men there. Mine combined with his, which is quite a few actually. I guess they took their capital back, but that's alright. No, I'm not doing this. It's a twisted mockery of Catholicism. So, no. It's most definitely the answer is a most definite no. Man, he doesn't even have enough troops to siege that place down. I mean, what in the world? Okay, what kind of success do we have here? Castle Belly minus 20%. That actually might be the play, guys, because we're actually expanding quite a bit. So we're gonna have to work our way up there. Again, I want to focus on the war, so I'm gonna just kind of click that button. And it's all because we have the Conqueror perk and all that kind of stuff. Okay, I'm gonna have somebody look into that. Because I think she's been doing that for, or maybe it was this guy's father, I don't remember. Yeah, I'm gonna see what kind of perk this actually is. Compassionate, nice. That's really a play in my own personality. There can't be much more on that. That bar is almost full. Yeah, there's only like 18 days left on that. 41 war score again because he's been taking our territories down here. But again, if we can maintain the momentum here, that's going to flip very, very soon. That is going to flip as well, but he's only got 800 men. So hopefully we can get there in time and just retake what we lost here. And that actually should push it to 100% once we retake what he took from us. Because there is not going to be much left to his army when we're done here. There really is not going to be much at all left to his army. He's deciding to leave, but he's not going to leave in time. So we're going to cut these guys down like they're chaff from, wheat in the field. We're just going to cut them down like they're nothing. Because at this point, their force is nothing. It's unfortunate that I wasn't able to catch that I was losing territory per se in this particular area. I should have been more attentive to that, but I think once we take all this back that we lost, it's going to push it to 100%. So at this point, I am not worried in the slightest as to whether we're going to win this war. A matter of fact, at this point in time, it's just a matter of time. Okay? I am not concerned about this war at all anymore. Not in the slightest, because we have destroyed his army. We have really completely wrecked her army. I say his because most of the time you deal with kings, but I forgot that we're dealing with a queen here. So we have completely actually demolished her forces. Anyways, we do have this event. While performing his spymaster duties, Prince Abraham has uncovered secret held by my sister and friend Beatrice and just end it. That pushes us to 89% at this point. Brother Nicholas dies. Really? That's interesting here. Let's pause the game for now till I can get a new marshal. I did have somebody that was demanding a council position, and he was decent at marshal. So I think I might put him as the marshal. Okay, Prince Joshua. Yeah, we're definitely going to assign you to be a marshal. There we go. Alright, we can unpause the game. And right now, I think I'm going to run on 3 times speed just because of the fact that, this is the last leg of the war. They're not going to be able to muster much anymore. There's no doubt about it. They do have an ally that just joined them, but I'm not really too concerned about it. Because this is the very end of the war, so I'm really not too concerned about what just happened there. This is going to be a major windfall, though, when we do get it. A really nice windfall. Holding taxes 15%. That's really nice. I think what we're going to do now is actually the medicine focus here. I know we're already getting old, but if we can extend his life a little bit longer, that would be actually better. Again, I'm just going to choose one here and we'll get back to the war. This is almost going to end. Almost. New realm priest. Nice. Our realm priest actually likes us. Not 100% like the other guy, but he kind of does like us. So we're going to demand our demands. We just gained a bunch of territory. That is just massive. That is for real massive. That is massive. Wow, that's fantastic. Huh. That was a fantastic win. And I have one extra place that I can control myself. So that was really worth it, honestly. I'm going to actually, just at this point, probably try to build up the military if we can. I do want to upgrade these, and that would be actually a good thing. But I also want to switch, which I can't do just yet. because we put in for that upgrade. However, I do want to put in an upgrade for more soldiers. So we're going to put in a barracks for that. And I want to look at the culture real quick. I forget where to look at that from, but yes. So what are we doing now? Man, a lot of this is very, very expensive. Holy crap, that is nuts. No question regarding that. Okay, how do I look at what I'm doing now? I know I saw it briefly because it flashed before my eyes, but I need to see. Don't remember where to. Okay, let's go on a hunt. But before we do, actually, guys, I think what I'm going to do is end the episode here and get to editing this.